today I'm gonna share my experience of living in Bali for 9 months and some of the reasons that made me leave the island that I wish I had known before. Well guys, welcome back to my channel where I share about my travels across the world and my life as a digital nomad. And today I'm gonna bring some truths about Bali, and I wanna be honest and transparent about my experiences when traveling. So yeah, 9 months ago I came to the Island of Gods expecting it to be the best experience of my life, that I would find relaxation, that I would find a peaceful and beautiful island like everyone talks about. Everyone says that Bali is everything you've ever wanted. I had the expectations of coming to Bali and feeling like Julia Roberts in Eat, Pray, Love. I had the expectations about also being the best place to live as a digital nomad, and I also want to talk about that. To the first reason why I didn't like to live in Bali. Yeah, the only transport method in Bali are the scooters, and the streets are not big enough for the amount of people who are going to the island right now. Your routine in Bali, if you live in closer to the center, you are going to be in traffic all the time. For any kind of drive you go, it's terrible in my opinion. I'm being very transparent about it. People will say here, but you just lived in Canggu. Canggu is like that. The other parts of the island are not like that. And to be honest, I don't agree with that. The island is becoming a big chaos about traffic. Ubud is terrible for traffic. Denpasar, Kuta, Seminyak, all that area, we already know that's terrible. Uluwatu is becoming terrible as well for traffic, and I'm not trying to lie here. It's true. Uluwatu is also becoming super busy and annoying to drive. I wasn't expecting to go to this paradise island and be half of my day in a scooter, not being able to drive, and you come back to your house stressed and also smelling like smoke because you're breathing all the air from the scooters. I moved to Tabanan after feeling too overwhelmed in Canggu and in the other areas. I moved to Tabanan. Tabanan is a local area with not a lot of traffic. And yeah, you can find places like this more to the west, more to the east, a little bit to the north. But if you want to drive to a supermarket, to drive to a gym, to drive to see friends, you are going to go back to the chaos. So that's the problem for me. I left the central areas, but then the things that I wanted to do were not there. Yes, I did connect with the locals around us in Tabanan, and they were lovely, they were super friendly, but it's a rural area. So if you want community, if you want a lot of like friends and the lifestyle that everyone comes to for Bali, like the gyms, the cafes, and blah blah blah, if you want that, you will have to be in chaos. If you don't want that, you can move out like I did, but then I missed some things of community. Second problem is that you cannot walk anywhere. Sidewalks don't exist. The streets are very narrow, and in between the streets and the houses there are some ditches and like water canals that if you try to walk there, it's very sketchy. You can step in one. It's annoying to walk, and you can't walk in the street because it's full of scooters. So I really missed the simple action of walking. I became overwhelmed to do anything. By the end of my time in Bali, I was like, I can't go there because I can't walk, or I can't go there because I will have to face the traffic. So in the end of my time in Bali, I kind of got secluded in Tabanan, and I didn't want to go out of my villa. Very far from paradise and relaxation. And that also connects to my third reason why I didn't really like to live in Bali. And the third reason is that there is no hiking. There is no hiking culture, and there is no hiking. The only hikes that you can do are the volcanoes, but they are extremely busy, extremely over commercialized, Mount Batur is the most famous one that everyone talks about, how it was a life-changing experience and blah blah blah. I have a full video about why I do not recommend hiking the volcano. I'm gonna put it here so you can watch it if you want. It's extremely over commercialized. It's extremely crowded. I go for a hike looking for contact with nature, peace, enjoyment, and in that hike was just the opposite, to be honest. Way too busy. And that's the feeling, that's the general feeling of Bali nowadays. It's overcrowded. It's overcrowded. Everywhere you go, it's full of people, and also full of people trying to make money out of you. The other two volcanoes, they are less busy, which is Abang and Agung. They are less busy, definitely. But it's not the same as going for a hike in the forest. You can go for a hike near a house. There are no easy hikes, you know, because it's also nice to just be able to walk in the park, to go for a hike in the hill near your house or something like this. Also, if you want to go to waterfall, they will be too busy. They're beautiful. I'm not saying that they're not beautiful. Yeah, but that's why a lot of people still come to the island, because it is a beautiful place. But oh, I just want to go for a walk and go to the waterfall after. You can't just go to the waterfall. There will be 1,000 people in front of the waterfall telling you that you need a guide, that you can't go. Again, I'm totally happy to pay entrance fees, to help the locals, to pay for anything, but the system of like, they need to take you. If you're living there in Bali, it's you want to go to the waterfall more than once, you have to have a guide to walk down, you know, like that doesn't feel like a hiking destination. Yeah, if you like hiking, really think twice before moving to Bali as your base. Yeah, so the fourth reason why I didn't really enjoy my time in Bali, or I wouldn't recommend for you to have as a base, is one that is a very sad one, because it affects the locals in a heavier way than it affects the expats. Most of these reasons affects the locals more, but they are just used to it, which is sad. But yeah, it's the cleanliness and lack of infrastructure. The problem with trash, there is trash all around the island. There is trash on the streets, on the beaches, on the waterfalls. Everywhere you go, you see trash. The beach is so sad, because you go to the beach and it's just full of plastic, full of things that people threw away, and that affects the quality of the water. And that's my focus here. The quality of the water, drinking water, tap water, is not good. It's not good at all. Has everyone heard about Bali Belly, which is a traveler's diarrhea? It is real. It affects everyone in different ways. You know, some people will have they will feel bad for like 3 days. They will throw up, they will feel fever, they will feel terrible for 3 days, and then after they never feel it again. Or some people will be weird for the first days of living in Bali, or some people will be unlucky like me and never get used to the water in Bali. I was being super careful. I wasn't brushing my teeth with the tap water. I was being extremely careful with what I was eating, because I was always feeling bad. My belly was always feeling bad. I wasn't feeling terrible that I had fever or throwing up, but my belly was always off. I don't know, in my 9 months in Bali, I'd say 5 months I felt bad. I had a constant Bali belly. That's terrible. I had to go to the hospital multiple times. Nothing worked. I started becoming paranoid with everything I was eating. I was avoiding eating street food at all costs. I was afraid of brushing my teeth. I was always having diarrhea in Bali. It was terrible. Now I am already out of Bali. I had to go to a lot of doctors, and I got checked to see what happened, and basically I developed IBS. because of the quality of the water. So yeah, it affects everybody in different ways. Some people will say, oh no, come on, I just had diarrhea once and that's fine, it didn't affect me. But I know other people who got salmonella, who got bacteria that were very difficult to get over, or that they got parasites and they had to take very expensive medicine and all that stuff. And in my case, I developed IBS. Thankfully, it is actually getting better, but just because I left the island. Until my last day in the island, I had constant belly pain, constant feeling weird. And it's just terrible. And it's not good quality of food. The food in Bali is tasty. It's nice to get a nasi goreng, but the quality is bad. A lot of people sell that living in Bali is very healthy, but in my experience, I was overwhelmed and stressed because of traffic. I was breathing terrible air because of the traffic all the time. Smoke. I was constantly feeling bad because of the water quality. So for me, it didn't feel like a healthy place to live. It didn't. And that's why I say it's sad, because it's something that we can't really change. It's something that will change hopefully with time and money that the government will invest in the island. In the end, I was avoiding every kind of food. I was very annoying. I was eating basically rice and potatoes because I was afraid of everything else. And I'm now having to take vitamins, bring back everything I lost. Yeah, so for me, it wasn't healthy. A lot of people can have healthy lifestyles there, but to be honest, the traffic and the water quality, even if you think it doesn't affect you that much, I bet it does, but in different ways. The fifth reason why Bali isn't for me, and maybe it's not for you, that's why I'm making this video, is that Bali became a photo destination. And I had never been to a place where the amount of tourists that go to Bali only to take photos, only to go to the temple of the reflection to take photos is bizarre. It's more than other places. I think a lot of people go to Bali to say that they were in Bali, because I am a photographer and I have a photography Instagram, and I had moments in Bali that I was like, am I telling people to do this? Am I influencing people to go to a location, don't even look around, take a picture and leave? Go to a location only to take a photo. I go to the location to appreciate nature, to look around, to appreciate the culture, to try to do a ceremony with the locals. I try to experience the place. And I feel like a lot of people who go to Bali, they go to take a picture and to post on their Instagram. That if you go to some destinations in Bali, like the temple with the reflection, I stayed 4 hours and a half to take a picture. Well, I went with clients, so I don't know if I would have gone by myself, to be honest, because and everyone, okay, yeah, we stayed 4 hours and a half in the line to take photos. You have like 15 seconds to do 3 different positions, and no one there even knows the name of the temple. No one there knows the history. No one knows everything. They go, they take their number, they wait for 4 hours and a half. We arrived there at 6:30 a.m. So we thought, okay, we're early. Not many people will be here. Everyone does that. I feel like the tourism in Bali became, okay, this is a good photo location, let's go there. This is a good photo location, let's go there. In Nusa Penida, the tree house is the same. I let everyone, you have to pay to take a picture at the tree house. You have limited time and the line is up to 3 hours. People go and wait. People, which is even weirder, people want that. My theory is that Bali is a very photogenic island. I think people are taking it to another level. Also, one thing that bothers me a lot are the swings in Bali, that you put a fake dress to swing and then take a picture and leave. So in Bali, my feeling was that like People were going there to do the swing photo, to do the treehouse photo, to do the photo in the reflection. And yeah, Bali done. Yeah, I traveled to Bali. What? Like, you didn't talk to the locals, you don't know the name of the place, they just want to take a picture like with the offering in their hand, like, oh, thank you, Mama Bali, you know, like, and that really bothered me. Yeah, so that was something else that I didn't like on my time in Bali. Always feeling like you were inside a touristy attraction. The last one that I wanted to share is the overdevelopment of the island. Where is Bali gonna be in 20 years, you know? Things are being built and built and built and built. 10 years ago, Canggu used to be a place of rice fields. Canggu used to be full of rice fields. Nowadays, Canggu probably has like one rice field that you can't even see because of all the constructions. Okay, there's more than one, I'm exaggerating. But if you see the satellite photos of Canggu 10 years ago and Canggu now, it's insane, the difference. And if there are no rice fields anymore in the future, why would people go to Bali? Or if the beaches are completely dirty with trash, there are no rice fields, and the traffic is terrible, you can't go to one place to another, why would people go to Bali in the future? So the overdevelopment is honestly taking the magic away of Bali. These are the reasons that I decided to leave Bali, that I decided that Bali wasn't for me. It's not a place that I want to have as a base. Again, I don't want this video to be taken as a hate video. I know a lot of people have different opinions. I know a lot of people have different experiences. I want this video to be taken more as like to create awareness about the island, because I feel like if it keeps going, if it keeps happening, what's happening in Bali, I really think that Bali in 20 years is going to be not a nice place to travel. I didn't say anything about, is it good to be a digital nomad there? That's one of the reasons that kept me there for so long, to be honest, because the community of digital nomads, entrepreneurs, young people with similar motivations is something actually good. Yeah, so that's something positive about living in Bali. I have doubts if the digital nomads in Bali bring good or bad. I think maybe we bring a mixture. I was feeling a bit weird because at the same time the community is really nice, but like the place is falling apart. So I was having some mixed feelings. I wanted you to share with me because I don't know exactly my opinion about this. Is the digital nomad community helping Bali or the opposite? Because I know it's bringing money, I know it's bringing some infrastructure, but maybe it's bringing too much. I want you to share with me what you think. Are we bringing good or bad to Bali? As digital nomads, choosing that island to be our base. That's it for today. I know that today my video, I am being very honest and transparent about my experience, and I think that's important because us as travel creators, sometimes we try to show just the best of each place. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like, subscribe and like this video, share with everyone you like, and see you in my next one. So after Bali, I'm going to Italy. That's where my next videos are going to be. And yeah, see you in my next one.